Hi team, welcome back. Sound. All right. So we are on our way to the next set of exams. That's the tables, equations, and graphs, and we're also doing geometric reasoning at some point as well. So the last time we did this, where did we get up to last time? Hey Lucas, how you going? So the last time we were doing just like basic linear equations. Today we're going to cover basic quadratic equations, and then the next session we'll do exponential questions. That's what we're pretty much aiming for. I'm sorry to hear that, Shania. I can't really say anything until I actually look at the paper, and I've got no idea what the questions are like. I keep hearing about this some train question or like some 1600 kilometer question or something like that. So yeah, I haven't actually had a chance to look at the question paper at all. I don't think we get to see it for a while until it becomes public anyway. So in saying that, what do we want to cover today? We're going to be covering quadratics, so basics, just getting it out of the way, guys. This is kind of like your early kind of everything you need to know about basic quadratics. Paper for physics. I'm not sure, Jamalis. Yeah, I know. Thanks for the cut, guys. Yeah, it's found a new. It kind of sucks, Maxim. That sucks. Vishal, maybe after I finish a couple of TEG sessions, we'll actually go through. We'll go through, what do you call it? Geometric reasoning, all right? Okay, so let's get kind of started here. Now look, if you already are comfortable with quadratic equations, if I give you 3 points and you know how to come up with the equation, then this tutorial is probably too easy for you. I'm just kind of covering the very basics today. All right, so we're gonna get started. Now, one of the things that like we always talk about is that, you know, when we have like 3 points, we can actually use the graphics calculator to come up with the equation. Now, if you, I'm gonna pull out some points. Give me a second. Good old Desmos. Alright, so here is a few points. That's an ugly point. Alright, so let's say I give out these 3 points. I'm gonna go crazy, guys, with these first example. So I'm gonna give out 3 points here. I've got -3, 0, and then I've got 4, 0, and I've got 0.5 and -24.5. So basically what I'd like to be doing is coming up with you know, the equation, the quadratic equation for this. Oh, sorry, Maxim, I didn't realize. Okay, so that's that little distance question. So here's the thing, right? Like, I'm gonna actually work through this question. Now, I know that if you guys have your graphics calculator, you can just put this straight in the graphics calculator and actually get the equation. Now, the problem with the graphics calculator is that sometimes when it comes to like understanding the vertex and things like that, the equation that comes from the graphics calculator is a little bit more harder. So when I give you these 3 points, you can potentially give your answer in a few different ways, right? So you've actually got the ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is the graphics calculator format. Then you have the vertex format, which is y is equal to a x minus h squared plus v. Now your teacher might actually have a different formula. That is absolutely fine, but it should look like something like in this format here. And then you've also got the intercept format as well, which is y equals to a. And again, I just kind of write it like this. Again, your teachers might have given you guys a different version there. So what's important is that you got to look at this and go, well, which is the one that I want to be working with? All right, so you can actually work with, give me 1 second. Stop this, stop. Yeah, so you can actually work with either one of these 3 formulas, but what you want to be sure about is which one is going to be the most easiest one. Now, I always get into the habit of like when you have 3 points, is to look at the graph and look at the parabola and kind of see which one actually is suitable for which equation, the way you write it. Now, I kind of have done it this way, but it's okay. I'll just put it up here. So GC vertex and intercept method. Now, with your graphics calculator, your parabola could, it's going to kind of go randomly here. With your graphics calculator, you might actually have like a parabola where you might actually have like 3 random points. All right, now if that's the case, you get like 3 random points, you have no vertex, you have no intercept, then you're probably better off using the graphics calculator for it. Now, when it is a vertex, usually what happens is they give you this point here, the turning point, and then they might give you another point that could be on the parabola somewhere itself. All right, if that's the case, then you probably want to go with the vertex form. Now, the intercept one is when you have something like this, where you're given those 2 intercepts, and perhaps they might actually give you another point. All right, sometimes they give you the y-intercept. If that's the case, you're better off using the intercept formula. So now you're thinking, they're going, okay, this is just a lot for me to think about. I just want to know what's the easiest way. Like Vishal is actually saying there. Vishal, in this case, you probably want to invest in a graphics calculator, because you can actually get the equation for these 3 points from the graphics calculator itself. Now, I have created a playlist that actually shows you guys how to do this. Let me just see if I can find it. If I can find it. Somehow my screen has disappeared. Give me 1 second, guys. Just trying to find where my screens are. Nope, completely blacked out. Okay, give me 1 second. I just need to figure out where the screens are. Integration, OneNote. We're going to remove that. Windows Infinity. Okay, here we go. Right, there we go. So if you are wanting to find the graphics calculator playlist, which is actually on my home page, and if you go down to tips and tricks, there's a graphics calculator playlist. So if you go into full playlist, you can actually get an equation of straight line from 2 points, and then there is where is forming a quadratic equation given 3 points. So this is probably the video that you want to watch and you want to pretty much kind of be comfortable with when it comes to using the graphics calculator. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to use the graphics calculator first, and then from there, then we'll actually go through all of those 3 formats to show you guys how they're all connected to each other. Now, remember, as I said to you guys, today is just about covering this particular basics. And if you can kind of get this under your belt, I can almost say that after that, answering those merit and excellence questions become super easy, because this is the critical part that you need to understand. All right, so Vishal, stay with me. I know you're thinking this is too much. You know, by the end of this tutorial, if you can grab like 2 of these little skills for yourself, then you should be good to go for answering some of those big questions. Okay, so now what we're going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to do it in the graphics calculator. So we're going to go into menu and we're going to click on stat mode, which is really weird, but this is how the calculator actually works. And in list 1, we're going to write down all the X values. And in list 2, we're going to write down all the Y values. So we're going to have -3, and then we've got 4, then we've got 0.5. And then we're going to write the corresponding Y values, which is 0, 0, and 24.5. So once we put these 3 values, it is simply just clicking on a few buttons, guys, and it's going to spit out your equation. So we're going to click on graph 1, and then we're going to click on calc. Now here's where it's really important that you choose the X squared, because you're actually going to be creating, oh, did I mess up? Negative, is it? Thank you for that. It's a good spot there, guys, because otherwise that would have come up with slightly different. That's fine. So we're just going to go to graph 1. We're going to click on calc and make sure you click on X squared. Now you can kind of see the parabola shape here. So you can see that there's 2 intercepts for the parabola, and then there's your vertex right there. All right, so we're going to click on X squared, and it's going to give you your equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. Now what a lot of people tend to do in their exam papers, they do this. They write down y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, and then they write down the a, b, c values. Now don't, what I would prefer is, like, if you are going to do that, make sure you replace a, b, and c. All right, so in the graphics calculator, your answer is going to be a is 2, so 2x squared minus 2x and minus 24. Now usually these types of questions tend to be achieved questions, right? So anytime you're looking for the equation of a quadratic, it's an achieved question. So with achieved questions, generally speaking, you can use graphics calculator and you can actually kind of get the answer straight away. However, they always have a follow-up question, right? And the follow-up question is like, oh, what would happen if, you know, this number changes or this number changes? So that's partially one of the reasons it's really good to know vertex form or intercept form as well. So how does this all actually work out? Now I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here, guys, so that you can show you guys how this works. Okay, so because I've actually got my little diagram there, I'm going to replace this. And what I've got here is -3, 0, 4, 0, and then the vertex is somewhere down there at 0.5. All right, so the parabola is going to look like this, where this point here is 4, 0. This point here is -3, 0, and then the vertex is 0.5 and -24.5. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to keep this same graph. I'm going to copy this same graph. If I can copy it, copy, paste. Because I wanted to show you guys how doing both of these methods, it's going to kind of work out, all right? So, vertex form. So with the vertex form, what we have is y equals to a, x minus h squared plus v. Intercept form, we've got y equals to a, x minus x1, and x minus x2. Now, I'm going to kind of do this one at a time, guys, and then I'm going to show you guys how all of these 3 equations are exactly the same thing. So the first part is this one here. When we're doing the vertex form, when we talk about vertex, we are actually talking about this point in the red here. So that is the vertex right there. Now also with the vertex, what you have is the h value, which is, you just replace it with 0.5, and then you've got the v value, which happens to be minus 24.5. So with that, all you have to do is you're going to write down y is equal to a x minus 0.5 squared minus 24.5. All right, now this is probably one of the easiest steps you're going to do with vertex form. And then once you do the vertex, then the next part is you got to try and figure out what the a value is. Now I don't think we did speed, like we haven't started any merit or excellence questions yet. We're still covering the basics. I'll do one more session of basics with exponential, and then we'll start going into those merit and excellence questions. Okay, so now we got to figure out what the a value is. Now to figure out the a value, what you need to do is you need to substitute one of those values, one of the points that's either 4, 0 or negative 3, 0. So I'm going to substitute 4, 0. And when I do that, I'm going to get y is equal to, so remember that this is x and y. So I'm going to get 0 is equal to a times 4 minus 0.5 squared minus 24.5. So with that in mind, I've just got to do a little bit of rearrangement. So I've got a 3.5 squared minus 24.5. Why is it minus h, not plus h? Remember in parabola, like it's always the h is always the opposite of it. So if it's positive, then, you know, if I put x as 0.5, then yeah, it's kind of, I'll show you speed test. I know what you're asking there. I'm going to show you on a little demo on Desmos. Let me just finish this question, and then I'll show you on the demo why it's minus. So we're going to take the minus 24.5 to the other side. So it's going to become positive 24.5. And so our a value is equal to 24.5 divided by 3.5 squared. So if I was to do that in the calculator, I should theoretically get 2. I hope I do. 24.5 divided by 3.5 squared. So there we go. A is equal to 2. So this equation, the vertex form, I'm going to get y is equal to 2x minus 0.5 squared minus 24.5. Now don't worry guys if you're feeling a bit confused. I will write down like the kind of numbers, and we'll actually go through it so you guys can actually ask me questions. So this is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, feel free to ask questions. I know there's a few people that that said that I'm confused. Which line did you get lost at? Now, Jaden, you don't need to solve for B in vertex form. All right, in vertex form, all you have is just A, H, and V. And again, guys, look, if you're confused, that's okay, because we'll do a couple of practice of these types of questions, and we'll kind of see how it kind of starts. It'll start making sense. All right. But give me a yell out. How do you know when it's a vertex or an intercept? Right. So if you think of a parabola, so when you have a parabola, this turning point is always known as the vertex. All right. So this is always the vertex, the turning point. So in my original parabola, you can see that at 0.5 and negative 24.5, that's where the vertex is. So that's how I know that that's the vertex. The intercepts are, if you have like say something like this, then the intercepts are these where they intercept the x-axis. That's the intercepts. So if you have something like I don't know, like maybe here, then your intercepts would be these two things here. Now Ella, so with the, how do you find the vertex on the graphics calculator? Once you put the points in, and I guess that's why I was kind of saying that it's, I don't think I've seen it until you go into conics, but yeah, see that they have it there in the graphics calculator, but it's more about you have to put in those A, H, and K values. And if you forget, like if you ever forget the formula, you can just copy it from there because it's actually in your graphics calculator. So notice how there's two equations, right? Both of them are the same, but one of them is in this format and the other one is this format here. Why is H 0.5? So the H is in a vertex. So if you take the vertex, you know how the vertex will have two values, and those two values are basically the H and V. So that's where the vertex is. So that's why we have it called vertex form. So you can kind of see how I replace the 0.5 with the H and negative 24.5 with the V. Because I like to think of it as like, when I think about the vertex, there's the horizontal aspect and then there's the vertical aspect. So that's why I kind of put that as H and V. So Clover, you're asking me why is vertex form important? Like sometimes they ask you guys this question: if the vertex actually moves left or right, how will the new formula would look like? So that's part of the reason why it's actually pretty handy to have it in vertex form, because it's a lot more easier to manipulate. Before we go to the intercept form, would you guys like to do a couple of questions like that with vertex form? Yes, Bella, it is. Okay, let's do that. We'll do a couple of vertex form questions, and I'll leave the working up here for you guys so that you can kind of, we'll actually come back to the intercept form. No, I'm gonna leave it here, but what I'll do is, sorry, just give me 1 second. I just want to make sure that we have the working here for you guys. And I'll give you guys another question to do. Give me 1 second. I just want to pull up a good graph here. 2y is equal to ax minus h plus v. Just getting another couple of points, guys. Give me a second. Eesh. Not getting good points here. 6, 6, 6, 6. Sorry, just trying to get a couple of easy points to work with. 4, 4. Okay, here we go. Try this question here. So I'm going to put up that's going to be 2, -2. That's going to be 0, 4 and 4, 4. Okay, so try this question here. So try and write this in Vertex form at the moment, all right? So I'll leave the working up there on the side for you guys so that you can kind of have a look at it. And while you guys are doing that, I'll see if I can pull up another question. Go. Put up another question there for you guys as well. So there's a couple of ones for you guys to try and do. And I'll go through the answer in a couple of minutes. Just gonna go grab some water, guys. It's always -h. In the vertex form, Jaden, it'll always be -h. All right, so I'm going to do the first one for you guys and see how you guys went about it. So, I'm going to write down my equation, which is a x minus h squared plus v. I know that the vertex, the h value is going to be 2, and the v value is going to be -2. So I'm going to write that down. So I've got y equals a x minus 2 squared minus 2. Now I've got to figure out the a value. So I pick a point. I am going to pick this point here, 4, 4. So I'm going to choose 4, 4, which means my x value is 4, my y value is 4. So I'm going to get 4 is equal to a 4 minus 2 squared minus 2. I'm not sure what you mean by this. Oh yeah, the second question. Yeah, second question will be x plus 2 squared. Yeah. So then I've got 4 is equal to a, which is going to be 2 squared minus 2. Something's not right with this question. Unless I copy the numbers wrong. 2, -2. Oh no, it's all good. No, that's all fine. Just made a mistake with my errors there, but it's fine. So -2 comes across, which means it'll become +2. So I've got 4 + 2 equals a times 4. So I've got 6 equals to 4a, and then a is equal to 6 over 4. A is equal to 1.5. So my answer is going to be 1.5 x minus 2 squared minus 2. So that's question 1, guys. How did we go with that? Feel free to ask questions. I'll put some line numbers up there as usual. And if we're good with that, then I can do the second one. Clover, if you got 0.5 from doing the other coordinate, then I think you would have done... So let's try and do your method, because I know where you made your mistake. For you to get 0.5, it's one of your rearrangement was not correct. So that means if you did 0.4, you would have done 0.4, so 4 minus a, 4 minus 2 squared minus 2. That's going to be 0. I think you went 4 minus 2, Clover. You should have done 4 plus 2, not 4 minus 2. Vishal, which question is that, Vishal? GZ, yes, you can put the answer in a fraction form. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, so Vishal, if you do -2 squared, because remember, -2 squared like this is going to equal to 4. So eventually you'll come up with 6 over 4. Now you're correct, mate. -2 squared is correct. But it's -2 bracket squared. Clover, did you see what you did wrong there? Because I think you went 4 minus 2 instead of 4 plus 2. Yes, Jaden, you can choose any of the other points. You can't choose the vertex again, especially in vertex form, because if you choose the vertex again, you're going to end up with 0. 0 equals to 0, and it won't actually work out. All right, so when you're choosing vertex, you can use any of those 2 blue points, but don't use the vertex itself. All right, shall I go through the next one, guys? Let me know how we're going. Or if you need a bit more time, that's fine as well. Okay, next question. So once again, I'm going to do y equals a x minus h squared plus v, and I've got my h as -2 and my v as +2. So I'm going to end up with y is equal to a x minus -2 squared plus 2. So remember that 2 minuses make it a positive, so we're going to have x plus 2 squared plus 2. Now choosing a point, I'm going to choose this point, which is 0, 14. So 0, 14 is the point I'm going to use. So that's my xy. So I'm going to get 14 equals a 0 plus 2 squared plus 2. So I've got 14 minus 2 equals a times 2 squared. So I've got 12 equals a times 4. A is equal to 12 divided by 4, so a equals to 3. So my equation is 3x plus 2 squared plus 2. Now you might be sitting there going, well, can I actually write this as y equals to 3x minus 2 squared plus 2. That's also all good as well. Nice. We're gonna do one more, just because I want to be able to kind of be confident that you guys can actually can do this, and I think, you know, it's just like, it's a, how do I say this? This is not like the MCAT or geometric region where the questions are going to be different. This is like a standard quadratic equation, right? This is the same formula that you use for any kind of vertex form up to level 3. So it's just something that you just have to kind of practice and remember. And if you can do that, you're pretty much good to go. Now, Shania, if you make a minor error in the working but still get the right answer, I'm not sure how that would work, because if you make a minor error, you're probably going to get the wrong answer. So unless it's like look, let me put it this way, guys. Like right now, you are about 2 steps away from doing like a generalized equation, which is like using letters instead of numbers, because sometimes you get questions like that as well. But if you have this kind of routine here, then you're pretty much good to go. So I'm going to give you guys one more question, and then I'm going to start kind of ramping it up a little bit, where we're going to start messing around with a little bit of algebraic terms as well, so that you guys can see how it can get crazy, but you will understand that crazy as well. All right, so here's our next one. Actually, not 1-4. Hang on, let me just see. I don't want to give you guys a complex one yet. Give me 1 second, guys. Just want to give you guys at least some nice numbers to work with. We're gonna go rise over run squared, so 8, 16. Let's go 0. No, -2. Yeah, let's try that one there. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to do this, number 3. Ravi, I'm not understanding what you mean by is it going to be plus h or no. Your vertex form equation will always be x minus h squared plus v. It'll always be x minus h squared. You know, I think we might have to divert a little bit today, because I might actually just put a word question in at the moment. Let me just type it up. Where's my trusty ChatGPT? Ooh, I like ChatGPT now because I'm like writing a stupid question and it spat it out. Beautiful question. Like it's quite funny. Anyway, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna put this question up, and then it was the worst prompt ever, but it came up with a nice question. Okay, all right, let's go through this question, and I'm going to go through a word question with you guys. Got a few different ones. Nice. Okay, so going through this question at the moment, we've got, once again, y equals ax minus h squared plus v. Our h value in this case is going to be positive 5, and our v value is going to be positive 10. So we've got y equals to a x minus 5 squared plus 10. I need to pick a point. Either point I can choose. I'm going to choose this one here, which is 1, negative 2. So 1, negative 2. This is going to be my x value and y value. So I've got negative 2 equals a 1 minus 5 squared plus 10. So I've got negative 2 minus 10 equals a times negative 4 squared. So I've got negative 12 equals a times 16, and then a is equal to negative 12 over 16, which could be written as negative 0.75. And guess what? You've already got the equation. Y is equal to negative 0.75 bracket x minus 5 squared plus 10. Right, now no, don't have a cigar at the moment. Yeah, but anyway, look, how is it? I mean, like, think back to about, like, what is it, 20-30 minutes ago? Some of you were like, oh man, this is just crazy. But how are you feeling after those 3 questions? Hope you're feeling good, because I'm about to throw you guys in the deep end. Yep, you can still write it as negative 3 over 4, or you could write it as negative 12 over 16 as well. Okay, so I guess the thing for you guys next is this question here. So what I've done is, now I would like you to find the equation for this ball. So I'm going to throw you guys in the deep end here. In line 2, why is it minus 5? Ravi, it's minus h. Now the h value is 5, so I'm just replacing the h as 5. That's all I'm doing. So for you guys, just to make it a little bit easier, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw you the diagram, because if I draw the diagram for you guys, I guarantee it, you guys will get the formula within like 2 minutes. So I guess the next step for you guys is, okay, now I know how to do vertex form, but I got to actually, I'm going to draw this diagram, and maybe this one I'll help you guys with the diagram, and then you can kind of have a look at what's happening. All right, so here is, well, geez, that is a bit too tall. So there's the guy, and he's at 1.8 meters. Now let's say he throws the ball at 1.8 meters higher, right? So he's going to let go of the ball at 1.8 meters. Now it says the ball reaches its maximum height of 10 meters after traveling a horizontal distance. That means he's throwing the ball and something like this is happening. Okay, I mean, like, generally that's what happens, right? You throw a ball, you kind of get a parabola shape. Now it says that it reaches a maximum height of 10 meters at, what is it? Horizontal distance is 15 meters. So from here to here is 15. Then lands 40 meters away from his starting point. So this up to here is 40. Now I'm going to pause here for a second and I'm going to ask you guys, do you understand the diagram that I've actually drawn here? So all I've done is I've taken the word question and I've converted it into a diagram. Okay, that's one yes. Cool. Here's the second part of it. Now, we need to get it to something like this. You know how we convert the parabola with a bunch of points. So what I'm going to give you guys is, before I do this question, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. You know, if you draw this diagram in your book real quickly, write down what you think the points are. Now, the first point, I'm going to give you a clue here. This point right here is going to be 0, 0. That's because that's where the X and Y axis actually join. What I would like you to do is get me 3 points that you can clearly see in this parabola. Once you get those 3 points, use the vertex form to try and get the equation. Because I'm going to tell you guys right now, we're going to kind of ramp this up a little bit real quickly, because we're going to go from like word question, we're going to get the equation, and I'm going to show you guys what a merit or an excellence question could look like as well. So GZ, I will accept 2 of those points, but I'm not going to accept 1 of the points. Now you tell me which point I'm not going to accept. So remember, like, I mean, I know contextually I said, yeah, thank you, Clover. Ravi, that has to be written the other way around. The X value comes first, the Y value comes second. Right, so there's our 3 points that we need to be looking at. So this is our first point, which is 0, 1.8. Our second point, which is 15, 10. And then our third point, which happens to be 40, 0. Okay, so based on that, what I'd like you guys to do is come up with the equation of the parabola. Once you come up with the equation of the parabola, I'm going to have a couple of follow-up questions here. Let's see if I can write this up. Do we want to go to the excellence route today? What's the time? 8:50. Nah, let's actually do a simple substitution and then we'll stop from there. Well, Clover, like if you think about it, like this particular formula is actually in your calculator, because when you have, if you forget this formula, right, go into menu, go into conics, and if you go down there and you find that parabola shape, you're gonna actually have it right there. So you don't really need to remember the formula. 30 over 15 rise. Ooh, that looks a bit. That looks a bit off, Vishal. Clover, linear it does, exponential not so much. So some of you guys are getting the same answer. Negative 10 over 25 squared. See, I like that one there, Vansh, because that one I can look at this graph and say that it's negative 10 over 25 squared. So where did Vishal make a mistake? Vishal, I think you got your x and y's the other way. All right, let's actually go through this. All right, now look, like I said, I'm not worried about the a value perfectly, but let's try and do this. Okay, so I am going to work out the vertex form again, ax minus h squared plus v. Now I know what my vertex is. My vertex is here. 15, 10 is my vertex. So I have y is equal to a x minus 15 squared plus 10. This is what we've been doing so far. Nothing's changed here. All right, now we've actually got to pick a point. So the point we're going to pick, I'm going to pick this one here, 40, 0. And if I pick 40, 0, then I'm going to get 0 is equal to a 40 minus 15 squared plus 10. So 0 is equal to 0 minus 10 equals a times 25 squared. So a equals negative 10 divided by 25 squared. Now for some of you guys, I know you worked it out. So if you did work it out, you're going to get negative 10 divided by 625, which is this. All right, give me 1 second. I'm just going to show you guys. So you did 1.8, 0 and 1.8. That's fine. So if you did 0 and 1.8, let's have a look what happens. So x and y. Did it not work out with 0 and 1.8? Oh man. I must have made a mistake then. Give me a second, guys. I think I know why. I made up the question. Let me just check if this is going to work out or not. Where is it? 0, 1.8. And then 15, 10. Yeah, stupid boy. Okay, I see where I made my mistake is. Hang on. I think I know what happens. That was my mistake. I made the question up. That was my fault. So you're not gonna that. Let me show you guys what happened here, and I'll show you where I made my mistake. Y equals negative 0.016 x minus 15 squared plus 10. Okay, so here is the mistake. If you guys want to have a look, why I ended up getting this wrong. So that was my fault, guys. I should have actually made this a bit further. So you can see that the parabola is not even actually touching, it's not actually going through that point. So if you had used 0, 1.8, you would have got a different formula, and I'll show you what you would have got. And that's my mistake. I apologize. That's my bad there. Right, so if you had used 0, 1.8, yeah, that was just stupid of me. Yeah. Because like if you look at it, it's, if I showed you the actual, the way the points are structured, it can't actually go through 0. It can't actually go through 0, 1.8. I should have actually made it a little bit further on, like possibly somewhere there. Yeah, that was my mistake. See, that's what happens. Like I always think, like I try and be careful, as careful as I can. Now look, let's say you went with 0, 1.8, because I just want to go through the answer just to show you guys what would have happened. That was my bad, but you'd have got 1.8 equals a 0 minus 15 squared plus 10. Then you would have got 1.8 minus 10 a and negative 15 squared, which gives you negative 8.2 over a negative 15 squared. So somebody had this before, and I should have picked it up. That was my bad. So yeah, so as you guys can see, we end up getting like two different equations. So I'm gonna go back to this, and I'll show you what this other one looks like. Except this is negative 8.2 divided by 15. Yeah, they're two different parabolas. I should have actually put it as the guy is about 31.565 away instead of 40 meters away. That was just I try to be too confident here. Should we actually try doing a different question that actually works? Yeah. Let's do one that actually works. Let me pick up another question. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have the same question, but what I will do is I will change up a couple of things here. This is not gonna work. Joe channel, there's like a whole lot of tutorials that I've done before that's actually worth having a look at. Let me just, sorry, I'm just trying to work out this question at the moment. 1.8, let's make this guy 2 meters, because then it's actually workable. And then I want to have this at 1532. Just working this out. 15. man. Okay, guys. Now, I'm sorry. I've got to actually try and do this question properly because I'm kind of messing with the numbers at the moment and they're not turning out to be pretty numbers. So I might have to just give it a skip at the moment. And I'll see if I can write a couple of questions like this for the next stream, and we'll try and get it right. I should have had the guy throwing it at 6.4 or somewhere at -7.6. Nah, that's just too crazy to work out. Yeah, apologies from me, guys. Like I actually need to sit and write that question down. No, it's all right, Vansh. Like, look, I think you've got to look at what we've covered so far. We've covered basically, you know, the basic vertex form. And, you know, I'll tell you what, while we're at it, I'll just show you guys the intercept form, because you might be like, the intercept form, the only thing that's different with the intercept form is you don't actually use the vertex. I might as well just go through that real quickly. So with the intercept form, what you do is you basically choose x1 to be the intercept and then the 4 to be the x2. That's pretty much it. So with the intercept form, what you do is pretty much the same thing. So a, x minus minus 3, x minus 4. So you can see that the -3 is one of the intercepts. +4 is one of the other intercepts. And then to figure out what the a value is, this time you actually substitute the vertex in, or any other point that you have. So you would actually substitute 0.5, -24.5. So you're going to get -24.5 equals a times 0.5 minus 3, 0.5 minus 4. So what you're going to get here is 3.5, -3.5. So we're going to get -24.5 divided by 3.5 times, and what will end up happening is pretty much you should get 3.5 times -3.5, -12.25, so -24.5. Yeah, so you still get that same y equals a equals to 2. And so the vertex form just becomes like this. Sorry, not vertex, intercept form. Ella, I think we will do exponential next stream, and then what I'll do is I'll come back to I'll actually come back to quadratics, and we'll do a little bit more merit and excellence questions then. So yeah, Clover, it depends, right? So if you get the vertex form, then you would actually do vertex, what is it? If you're given vertex, then it's probably go with the vertex form equation. If you're given intercept, yes, we'll actually go with intercept. And Marco, yes, we are doing it. We are doing for 2 more today. I was wondering, I'm like, why is Marco here? Marco was here yesterday, but Marco's back today. All right, guys, look, for those of you that have been sticking around, that's 20 of you here. We are doing a wheel of giveaway at the moment. Give me 1 second, I just gotta set it up. Now, basically, you guys got like literally a few minutes to give me your names. Hang on. I'll put a timer up and everything so that we can kind of get this sorted out. Where are we at? So I need this. Oh, glad to figure that out, Sonny. All right, where are we at? Here we go. Was this the name from yesterday? It was the name from yesterday. Might as well just leave you up there, Marco. All right, let's see. What do we got? We've got the names coming up, all right? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, Vishal is there. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try it. Vishal Patel. Vishal P. Clover. Shania. K. Vanch K. Dushan. Ella. Sunny. Sam. Ravi June. Oh, did I mess up Sam? Marco's already there. Teyu Ila is here. GZ Zuriel. Jackson. Godzilla. And Bella. Right. We are giving away 2 t-shirts today. Let me just go grab my notes because I need to write down people's sizes so I can go buy it this weekend. I got two medium sizes for yesterday. So let's kick this off. Where'd it go? Seriously, Clover? All right, here we go, guys. This is the first, I think, what is it? We're doing 2 today, is it? No, let's get rid of that empty space one. Is there an empty space one? No, there isn't. All right, here we go. Good luck, people. This is because you actually stuck around and you actually showed up to a tutorial during the holidays. Here we go. Oh, this is looking close. All right, Sunny. What size is it, Sunny? What do we got? Ella, that was so close. Sunny's medium, perfect. Actually, that's cool. Sunny, flick me your address to my email address, and then I will actually try and get it done this weekend sometime, and I will actually send it out to you. All right. So, all right, now number 2. Sunny is gone. We've got the last one for today. Ah, it's an Infinity Plus one. What happened here? Why is there a little streak? No, that's fine. All right, this is number 2, folks. Number 2 coming up. No, it's just a line. Good luck, Clover. All right, this is it. Number 2 coming. Here we go. Who have we got here? All right, we've got Sam. Same with you, Sam. Infinity Plus one shirt coming your way. All right, you got to tell me what size is it, mate. Ella, I feel for you, Ella. That's like twice that you've come in. So close. What? Did you want to donate it to someone else, Sam? Because it's XXS, I'm not going to find a t-shirt that small, man. Oh, Sam's. Are you sure, Sam? Okay. All right. No, Sam wants to remove it. Okay. All right. We are removing it. What a legend, Sam. Are you sure, Sam? Heavenly Dean tutorials where to start. All right. So I'm actually afraid to spin this because it's like, because Ella's like come there twice. Okay, good luck, Ella. Maybe this is the time. All right, here we go. Yeah, there's plenty, Heavenly Dean. Oh, Clover, Clover. All right, Clover. Send me your size, mate, and chuck us your send me your address as well, and then I'll sort it out this weekend. Medium, beautiful. 4 mediums. All right, guys, that's us for today. If you can just send me, Clover, send me an email. Sunny, can you send me an email as well? And I will sort it out this weekend sometime, all right? I'm getting a weird feeling that Marco is going to return for tomorrow's tutorial. Sam, it's just a basic black t-shirt with Infinity Plus One logo up here. That's it. If you change your mind, Sam, just let me know. I will actually... I think Marco's coming back tomorrow at about 8:55 just to join join the stream for the secret giveaway. Tomorrow, Joe channel. We're doing level 3, but level 1 is I think next week. But look, guys, that's me today. Have a good one, and we'll try and do that exponential equation next time. All right. Hopefully the guys stuck around. Your quadratics, at least Vertex form is good to go. Then we'll get to exponential, and then after that we'll just start ramping up with the merit and excellence question. No, Sam, I'll probably just do 1 tomorrow. But anyway, guys, look, I'll leave you to it. Catch you later. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.